I welcome you all to the 110th episode of Too Long Didn't Scroll, the show to give you your daily news fix with all the convenience and none of the hassle of having to scroll endlessly through your newsfeed and click on each individual news story. With tlds, you can not only check back every day to find out what was news on the previous day, but you can scroll back through the catalog to find out what was news on any particular day. Enjoy the episode describing the events for May the 9th of 2023.
Explosions ripped through Gaza in the dead of night as Israeli forces launched a surprise operation dubbed Operation Shield and Arrow.
Terrorism is a threat to civilians everywhere.
We start off today's events concerning the nations of Israel and Palestine, locked in a perpetual state of conflict ever since the inception of both entities back in the mid-20th century. A particular point of contention among the two factions is the Gaza Strip, an exclave under Palestinian control otherwise surrounded by Israeli territory. Violence and strikes between Israeli and Palestinian forces concerning this region have been nothing but ever-present, as both Israeli and Palestinian forces, particularly the militarized wing of the nationalist organization Hamas, but also many other militarized wings like the PIJ, exchange rocket, artillery, and airstrike fire into each other's territory. As of this day, Israel has begun ramping up attacks on the Gaza Strip even more with the initiation of what they dub Operation Shield and Arrow, with the launching of several airstrikes into the Strip. The Israeli Defense Forces have stated that such is an operation to root out terrorist operations in the region, with the strikes having killed 3 senior members of Palestinian National Organization, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, or PIJ. However, it was estimated that around 12 civilians, including children, were also killed in this recent wave. Considering the relations between Canada and China, a bit of a diplomatic incident has occurred as of this day with the expulsion of one Chinese diplomat from Canada and a Canadian diplomat from China. On the Canadian side, Chinese diplomat Zhao Wei has been accused of attempting to intimidate Canadian politicians such as Ontario MP Michael Chong, to the point that the Canadian government has ordered him to leave the country. China has criticized the move as damaging to bilateral relations, and in response has ordered the expulsion of Canadian diplomat Jennifer Lynn Lalonde from the country in a tit-for-tat move.
The vehicle carrying Imran Khan inched slowly towards the Islamabad courthouse, bulletproof shields aloft.
In the country of Pakistan, protests and arrests are intensifying in cities like Islamabad and Quetta. Former Prime Minister Imran Khan stood in hot water with the current Pakistani government recently over accusations of corruption among Yemen's government. The charges levied against him incurred controversy among supporters nationwide, sparking protests across the country. As of this day, it is expected they will intensify even further with his official arrest after being formally charged with corruption by a Pakistani court.
Lawyers injured in the ensuing chaos.
His supporters have taken to the streets and began protesting for his release as police and soldiers make moves to suppress them. One person has already been killed in the city of Quetta. Countries across the world have stressed the importance of maintaining rule of law in the country.
An official with Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party said. He called for the politician's supporters to take to the streets.
In other news, French journalist Armand Soldin was killed by a Russian rocket while reporting in Ukraine's Donetsk Oblast, and a 9-member jury has found former American President Donald Trump guilty of sexually abusing magazine writer Elizabeth Jean Carroll back in the 1990s. They have ordered Trump to provide a payout of $5 million.